Let's go Iconoclash, motherfuckers.
You bitch you.
You have no idea what we were just chatting about. My name is Kyle. That's it.
My name is Gerald Jeffrey Dahmer.
Good one. Okay.
That's not even his name. I don't even know why I got the Gerald on there.
Why Gerald?
I don't know.
Gerald.
It just came out, bro.
Is that his weird uncle? Gerald.
I'm just a distant relative.
He was named after his.
Your cat is gonna fuck all your shit up right now.
I know.
It's gonna start knocking shit over.
Matt the cat, get down.
Hey.
Matt the cat, get down. Shit. So what's cracking? We are here. We are live for you on a Wednesday evening. Normally we're on Monday mornings, but schedules got wacky. And you know we're committed.
We're still making it happen.
Fuck yes, dude.
We are still making it happen.
This is episode 6. They're like almost
every time you say what episode number it is, I just marvel. Like we've done that many.
Yeah, it's surprising.
Like, I remember at like 3. We were like, damn, 3.
I know. Look at us. Hell yeah. So
yeah.
We're pretty consistent. We only skipped out. Kids are going crazy upstairs. You'll just deal with it if you hear that. But
that was extremely loud.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing. Oh yeah, but I think we only missed Christmas. That was it.
Yeah.
That was it. We started the week before Christmas and we missed
Christmas is a reasonable week off.
It's the reason for the season.
It was a Monday. Like it was our day.
Yeah.
But
let me make sure you can see my beautiful eyes there.
Is that Destiny?
This is a Destiny hat. Yes. It's this symbol is for the Warlock Dawnblade subclass.
Cool.
Yeah, I paid $5 for this hat.
I paid $30 for this last night.
That hat is pretty slick though.
This hat is badass.
But you want to check this out? This is the best part. You want to check out my matching
feet on
Destiny
the table again.
Socks.
Feet on the table again.
I know you love that shit.
Yeah, fuck it. I love that you're not wearing shoes.
I know, man.
I get that this is your house, but like people don't.
Yeah, I wear like my slip-ons. My what do you call them? They're not slippers.
Slides.
They're slides. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah.
I rock my slides around the house. I wear them like they're house shoes because they're pretty comfy. But I can't do like Tara does. She walks around barefoot all day long. I cannot.
I have to wear shoes, bro.
Yeah.
And I can't wear socks without shoes.
Hold on, wait. Like
I can't walk around my house in socks.
Wait, how the fuck?
How
the fuck you come from an Asian family and you wear your shoes in the house? That is like blasphemy to the highest degree.
Yeah, that was never a thing in my house.
That's like I go in a lot of people's houses.
Like mind you, like my parents' house, like where I grew up, isn't really Japanese.
Right.
Like my mom's Japanese, but
she didn't get.
That household was like a normal household.
She was already Americanized by the time.
My mom was born in Japan.
Yeah.
But like immediately moved to America.
Okay.
Like the first year she was born.
So it wasn't so ingrained in her that she had to like
right. And like
that.
my grandmother, who's Japanese,
you had to take your shoes off for her house.
I spent like a very large portion of my childhood like almost living with my grandparents. And that's why I've got like I feel so close to like my Japanese heritage is because I spent so much time with my grandmother and things like that. But my grandmother's like this weird, like she grew up in Japan. She's 100% Japanese. Japanese is her first language. But like now at this point in her life, like she doesn't really remember how to speak Japanese. But her English is really terrible, so nobody can understand her.
So she's like fucked.
Yeah, and like
she just mumbles her way through.
Like she's tried to Americanize herself so much that like she traded in her Japanese name and got an American name.
Yeah.
So she went from Momoko to Nancy.
Okay.
Yeah, and like
does she get to pick her name? Is that how that works? I don't know how it works.
I've never asked. I would assume that she picked her name, but she
mom gave it to her.
I don't know.
Shit.
Like who just picks a new name for the country? Like
yeah, isn't that weird?
That's really strange.
I've always thought that was odd. Like when
like I'm Nancy now. What?
I thought it was weird when I took Spanish class and they had us pick a Spanish name. I was like, that really like did not comprehend. Like why in the fuck do I have to pick a Spanish name?
Because your name is your name everywhere you go. Why should you have to?
Not to mention, I get the Jose and Joe. Like I get that Joseph is I get that that's the common thing there. So in that case, sure. But my name's Kyle. There's no Kyle. Like,
well, I mean, like
no fucking Spanish
in my grandmother's
version.
household, like my grandmother married an Irish man who was an American, but like like being at their house, like I never noticed any of this as a kid. I'm more aware of it now, like looking back on it. But she really tried to Americanize, but there were these things that were like still very Japanese, like going on. So like she cooked a lot of Japanese food. We had a lot of Japanese food.
Like what?
Like for example, for breakfast, we would have a pile of like sticky Japanese rice.
Okay.
And then you'd fry like a couple eggs sunny side up, and you put them on top, and you put soy sauce on top of them, and then you break the yolks and it go down to the rice.
Fuck yeah.
That shit was fucking delicious, bro.
That sounds great.
Like that's like a Japanese thing that like my grandma does. Or like,
okay.
We always do like ramen noodles. We would do that as kids because it was cheap to feed all the kids. Except for my grandma doesn't do regular ramen noodles. She does like put the bean sprouts in them and like all that kind of stuff, pork. So like we did a lot of shit like that, and
that sounds great.
Like my grandma's real weird because she's like. She wants to be American so bad. Like my grandmother also is like hard up like Donald Trump supporter. We're like, you're a fucking immigrant, dummy. Like,
you're from the shithole countries.
She's a fucking immigrant.
Yeah.
Is that not the dumbest shit ever? Like my grandmother's fucking clueless. Like, she sits around watching Fox News all day, which doesn't fucking help.
Oh,
her,
that sucks. So she just went American,
and the rest of my family
never stopped.
Like outside of like my immediate family, like all my extended family, they're all like super like conservative Republican, and they're fucking nutty, bro. Like they're way out there, bro.
Okay. Well, so the point was you still wear your shoes in your grandma's house.
I wear my shoes everywhere.
Okay.
I don't. I actually really get uncomfortable when I go to people's houses and they ask me to take my shoes off.
Yeah.
It makes me uncomfortable.
I've always like,
and I like try to be respectful because it's other people's houses, but like it makes me uncomfortable.
I've always like,
it makes me want to leave. Like if I'm at a party and they're like, take your shoes off, I'm like, I don't want to be at this party anymore.
Yeah, I see both sides because I do think it's weird when a bunch of adults are hanging out with their shoes off. That just it's just weird when everybody has their fucking socks and like toes fucking hanging out, and like there's always that one friend that like has like disgusting socks or fucking holes in it.
Yeah,
like, but who cares? Like I don't give a fuck, but. In that, like, I understand why that's kind of a weird scenario. So I'm with you.
I'm not like self-conscious about my feet. There's nothing wrong. Like I'm fine with my feet. It's nothing like that. It's just like
I've always kind of felt that too. So I'm with you there. But on the other hand, because I wear my shoes in the house quite a bit, unless I know they're muddy and I'm not going up your fucking steps and shit. But
I've had roommates in the past. Maybe even my baby's moms. I don't remember. But I've had roommates in the past that like
insist
wanted to have shoes off in the house, and I had to like put my I'm not doing this.
That's such a weird line to draw.
Like I can walk around without shoes in my house and stuff, but if I want to wear shoes in my house, I'm gonna wear shoes in my house. Like I don't care what anybody else has to say with it. If you want me paying rent,
well, here's the
my shoes on comes in the package deal.
Here's the other side of the coin that I've honestly never really thought about that much until recently. Like. Well, I mean, you walk outside. I mean, you're walking in the fucking dirt, mud, whatever. You come inside. Obviously, you wipe your feet, at the front door, but that shit's still gonna be on your shoes. And now you're taking it through the house, which sometimes you're gonna lay on the floor or drop something and pick it up and play with it. Now, so I understand like the train of thought there, but
how about
as long as you're not, if you knew you stepped in dog shit, you're not gonna wear your shoes in the house,
obviously. But how about? Like, oh, you walked in the house and there was some dirt on your shoes that we couldn't see, and now it's in the carpet, and we still can't see it, but it's there. And you dropped a piece of pizza, and you pick it up, and you eat it anyway. Mm-hmm. Like, how about you stop being such a fucking bitch and eat the fucking pizza? I mean, you can't even see the fucking like the dirt.
Yeah.
If there's visible dirt coming off of my shoes, I'm not gonna be walking around the house in them. So so if you're really that worried about it, like you're a fucking soft ass bitch. That's what I had to say.
Well, do you like take care of your shoes and shit?
Dude, I struggle with taking care of my shoes. Like, I really, really want to take care of my shoes, and I try. Right now, I'm wearing Air Maxes.
Air Max. Okay, I got a pair of those. They're cool.
But I love Air Maxes. But, like, I don't know how people keep their shoes looking so brand new for such extended periods of time.
Yeah. I've never understood the shoe collector that actually, like...
I love shoes, but it's such an expensive hobby, and they get worn out so fast. Like, I don't know. Like, I try to keep them clean. I get creases. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know all the little tricks, apparently.
I've never been a shoe guy. My brother has always been a shoe guy, though, since like back in the day.
If he can find me some pointers on how to keep my shoes in pristine condition, tell him to let me know.
I think what he does, I mean, I could be completely wrong. I'm just kind of guessing, but here's what I think a lot of people do. Actually, is like you have like your shit Jordans that you've had for a few years that you wear out the house, you do whatever, but then you have like your nice pairs that you wear when you go out, for the night or whatever, like doing whatever. You obviously try to make sure nobody's stepping on them, and then you go home and actually like clean them off. Like when you get home, like you're pretty.
Sounds like a lot of stress to your life.
That's what I'm assuming they do. Because what else are they gonna do? Throw it right? Because they keep them in the shoebox. They're just not gonna throw their dirty
that sounds like so much added stress, like unnecessarily added stress to your life.
I see that.
Constantly be.
I would never do that. I've always been I'll buy my $40 DCs, my $60 Adidas. Give me some Chucks.
The reasonable logic I can come to is if you have enough pairs of shoes that you switch them out regularly enough, like you only wear one. Like I'm gonna wear this pair today, but I'm not gonna wear it again for 2 weeks because I'm gonna wear the other pairs.
Yeah.
Then they wouldn't wear nearly as quickly, and they'd be a lot easier to keep clean. The problem is when shoes cost $100 a fucking pair, $200 a pair. We're talking about a lot of fucking money to invest to have good shoe game going on.
Yeah. I can't imagine doing that. But I mean, it's just like any hobby, I guess. You put your money into it. Like, I mean, this is mine.
Like I love hats, bro.
Yeah.
Like I have a ridiculous number of fucking hats. Like something like fucking 200 hats in my
really?
house. Yeah. Like some obnoxious
I want a hat
number
collection.
of hats. I love hats, bro.
Yeah.
But I have a lot of problems with hats because first of all, keep in mind, hats are like $30 roughly a piece, whereas shoes are $100 to $200 for good pairs of
shoes.
Especially
if you're collecting shoes, you're not collecting $50
Kmart shoes and shit,
right?
Right? Okay, so hats are $30 a piece. That's a lot of money I invested in that. And if it was shoes, it'd be way higher than that. But I wear my hat like. I'll wear a hat for a little bit, like for a day, and then toss it in the stash. I'll wear a different hat tomorrow, a different hat the next day, and a different hat the next day. And like, I have certain hats that I wear more than others because they're my favorite hats. But like,
you can relate to the shoe collector. It's just a matter of really like the money. I mean,
the buying cost, I guess. Yeah. But like, hats are a lot easier to keep clean than shoes too.
I agree. Because
you're not walking on them.
You could wear a hat 50 times and it still doesn't even barely look like it.
The one thing that's rough with hats though is white hats. Like this has a white bill, so I have to be real careful with it.
Yeah, like especially touching it and shit.
Yeah.
This shit, you get those fingerprints. Fuck that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the other thing too is like I normally have like the sticker. I usually leave it on, but like this one I'm debating because I just bought it. I have to make a decision the next day or so if I'm going to take it off or not. The problem being my kids have a habit of pulling my stickers off, and if I wear this too long without taking it off, when they do take it off, there'll be a ring.
Oh shit!
So I might just have to.
I say just fuck it.
Should we do it right now?
Yeah, man.
Do it, bro.
Do it live on the pod.
Do it. Get it. You're the one.
Oh, hold on, wait. Oh! How'd that feel?
It hurt a little bit.
Here, I'll put it on the back of the monitor here.
It hurt me. You just gotta leave it there forever now.
I will.
That's where it goes. That was like a big moment. I don't ever do that, bro.
Sorry, man.
I let you do the honors, though.
Thank you. I feel great. That feels awesome.
Look at my hat with no...
Oh, man. Look, see it there?
Oh, I see it on the back of the monitor.
It looks cute, though. Look, I mean, like, I've never understood the sticker thing, to be honest. I've never...
It keeps them looking brand new. That's, I mean, I don't know if that's everybody's thing, but for me, that's why I leave. I take anything like I won't leave the hang ones. Like when they're on a little tag, I won't leave that on. Or like this one had a price tag on the bottom that had like, I'll take those off. But like the circle ones or like the holofoil ones and shit, I'll leave those on just because it keeps it looking new.
I got you. I mean, that's a legitimate. I mean, I don't give a shit personally, but that's the only legitimate excuse I've ever heard, other than like,
I don't like this hat any less now that it's gone. Well, I mean, the other thing too is I was thinking about taking it off anyway because it's a black and white hat, and I'm gonna wear it with black and white outfits. So like, that was a red and blue sticker. Yeah, and it stood out kind of like almost to the point that it was bothering me.
Made you look American though.
I'm not really a proud American.
How dare you? You're talking to a goddamn patriot right here.
I don't dislike America. Like, the thing is, when I say stuff like, I'm not really a proud American, like, everybody's like, you don't support the troops? Like, I didn't say anything about the fucking troops. Of course I support the troops. I appreciate the troops. I have good friends that are in the military right now. I love you all. I appreciate what you do, because I'm sure as fuck not going to go do it, so thank you.
Sure.
But there's some things about this country that really,
no, I think
really kind of embarrass me. Not even just like I'm not proud of. Like, there's things that I find embarrassing. Yeah. Like if I was in Europe walking around and people would find out I was American, I feel like I'd have like a laundry list of things I would have to detail them. Right? Like I don't like Donald Trump. I'm sorry. I had nothing to do with that. I didn't vote for him.
Like you just have
like why should I have to tell somebody that? I shouldn't have to, but I would feel like I would have to.
You have a disclaimer for every foreigner you meet.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I get it. It's embarrassing.
there's things that like come with as preconceived notions to other people in the world that I would have to be like, no, I'm not on board with this shit.
But I've always thought it was funny, like if you hear motherfuckers call themselves like a patriot. I just think that's such a like. I mean, the guys who call themselves patriots would whoop my ass for hearing me say this, so I apologize in advance if you're a patriot, if you consider yourself a patriot. But stop saying that. That's a really dumb thing to say.
It's a really dumb thing to say.
Unless you play
given
for the
that,
football team.
Do you know what patriot means?
What does it mean?
Okay.
Let me Google the official definition.
When we were declaring our independence from, this is a really odd turn for our show. When we're declaring our independence,
a person who vigorously supports their country and is prepared to defend it against enemies or detractors.
When we were declaring our independence from Great Britain,
yeah,
we labeled ourselves as patriots.
Yeah,
what we were traitors to Great Britain.
That's true. But we were vigorously supporting our country.
No, we were not.
Prepared to defend it
against
enemies and detractors.
But that's not what we were doing. We were going against our country because at that time our country was Great Britain.
You're right. So we were.
That doesn't make you a patriot.
We were rebel scum.
So the issue.
But we were like the rebels who wanted to not be, part of the,
This is like
Sith.
Have you seen The Rock?
Yeah.
The movie The Rock.
No, I thought you meant the Amazing Human.
No. The movie.
Yeah,
Sean Connery, Nicolas Cage.
Maybe like when I was 10.
It's Alcatraz. It's a great action flick. If you
I
don't remember it, that's a good one to go back to. It's a really good one. But there's this whole thing where Ed Harris is like leading this regime of mercenaries to like kidnap Alcatraz and hold all these people hostage for, to meet his demands, as to like giving his soldiers like proper burials and giving their family money because all these soldiers died and things like that.
He was a patriot.
And he gives them this speech like, they're going to call us traitors. In time, they'll call us patriots. And it's like, that's kind of spot on. You're a fucking traitor, bro. Like,
that's a good quote.
Like Benedict Arnold is a notorious traitor.
But
he probably felt like he was a patriot.
But in that sense, then,
right?
Isn't anyone who starts a revolution a traitor? Obviously. But I mean,
on some level.
Then what?
But
how can you become an ethical patriot then?
No, what I'm getting at is there's a lot of people that like to wave their American flags up and down and claim that they're patriots.
Yeah.
But then they have their rebel flag that they're waving up and down. And those are two very, very contrasting, conflicting ideas, but they're often found in the same individuals.
I honestly chalk that up to just stupidity. Like
that's what it is.
It's like I like the South, so I'm getting a rebel flag. And that's all the thought.
I love your redneck voice you always do, by the
way. That's literally all the thought that went into that. I like me. That speaks to me. I'm getting one of them flags. Billy Bob has one, and he's my friend. I deserve a rebel flag too.
You're killing me. But I mean, like, think about how conflicting that is. If you're like, I'm really patriotic, and then you've got a rebel flag, you're like, you know why it's called a rebel flag, right? You're rebelling against the same country that you're claiming you're a patriot for. That's what that is.
Yeah.
Are you messaging your wife?
Yeah.
Hi, Tara.
I messaged her. She ain't listening, but I texted her on Facebook because I didn't want to get up to leave the show, and I'm thirsty. I'm out of tea.
I'm about to be out of this too.
Oh, we could take a break here in a little bit, but I'm gonna make her bring me my drink first.
There you go.
See if it works.
But
long story short, calling yourself a patriot is a pretty dumb thing. Is all I'm trying to say. Right?
I mean, that's like kind of a narcissistic thing to say from any angle. Like if you flat out say like I'm a patriot, that's like saying I'm humble.
Yeah.
Like you can't say you're humble.
But what if
somebody else has to call you humble? You can't be like I'm humble.
But what if you say like who would you call a patriot then? Besides Tom Brady?
Fuck Tom Brady. Tom Brady, all that does is add all that. I
don't even watch football, and I know he's the GOAT.
He's not. He may be the most accomplished.
Yeah.
But the issue that I have, this is a whole different conversation. But I actually had this conversation last night with my brother and my cousin, who are big sports guys like me.
Yeah.
But you don't understand football, like you don't watch football enough to understand this. But while Tom Brady may be more accomplished than these other people that I can list, he is not better than Aaron Rodgers. He is not better than Dan Marino. He is not better than John Elway. He is not better than Peyton Manning. So don't tell me he's the GOAT. And I know you're in this conversation where you can't really debate this because you don't really know what you're talking about. But I'm taking a firm stand here. I understand why people want to say that because of his accomplishments, but don't get it fucked up because every quarterback I just named is a better quarterback than Tom Brady.
Who's the GOAT?
Peyton Manning.
Oh, I've heard of him. He's white, right?
Yeah, Peyton Manning is not.
That's literally all I know. That's
Peyton Manning
all I know about Peyton Manning.
Peyton Manning is not as accomplished as Tom Brady, but the problem is people often use team accomplishments to represent an individual. So a Super Bowl title is not won by one individual; it's won by a team.
I watched my third football game ever the other day at my in-laws' house, and I saw the Patriots. It was when the Patriots beat whoever they beat to be in the Super Bowl, and it was interesting to watch when all of the people like gathered around Tom Brady at the end.
Hey.
Thank you. You're not. Don't worry. Here, you can stand right there, and you don't even have to be on camera. Thanks.
Good.
Well, hey, hate to see you leave, but I love to watch you walk away.
But like just a good example for what we're talking about is like if anybody can watch Aaron Rodgers and watch Tom Brady and tell me that Tom Brady is better than Aaron Rodgers, you're not paying attention.
Okay.
Aaron Rodgers is nowhere near
Aaron Rodgers.
He was the current quarterback for the Green Bay Packers.
Oh, the Packers. I have heard of him before.
But he's one of the he may be the most
better than Tom Brady?
Arguably the most talented quarterback I've ever seen in my life.
Brady is better than Peyton Manning, says Michael Miller.
Michael Miller's a fucking idiot. I'm sorry, Michael Miller. I'm sorry. I'm just talking shit right now. Please don't take it personally. No, but
wait. So what's your team then? Are you just like a Patriots hater? Is that what it boils down to?
Well, I am. I hate the Patriots more than just about anything, and I have a laundry list of reasons. But we won't get into that. It's a whole different thing. I'm a Broncos fan.
Broncos. Are they like?
But to be fair, before we even go into this conversation any further, because
I don't want to go further into.
But people are going to assume that I think Peyton Manning is the best quarterback ever because he played for the Broncos. Let's not get it fucked up. Like, I thought Peyton Manning was the best quarterback ever long before he ever played for the Broncos. I thought he was the best quarterback ever off of his talent, not of my fandom.
Yeah. He says he'd love to see Brady with Rodgers' talent. Whatever that means.
Okay. I don't really know what that means.
All right. I don't know what it means either. I don't know who those.
I guess if he had Aaron Rodgers' talent, he would have won more Super Bowls than he currently has, and he's already won a bunch. Like he's what's he won? 6, 5, 6, but he's lost a few. If he had Aaron Rodgers' talent, he probably would have pulled some of those other ones out too.
Maybe. Who knows?
Like Tom Brady gets a bunch of extra love because he's been part of the Patriots organization, which is habitually cheated to win, and they've also got Bill Belichick, and like there's a laundry list of
Giselle, right? Is he still banging Giselle?
I think so. I would assume. I don't pay attention to Brady's marriage. I never heard he was. I never heard he was divorced, so I would assume he's still with Giselle.
Does Brady have any dick pics?
I don't know. I don't be searching Brady's dick pics.
Let's look that
up. I know Draymond Green does.
Who's that?
He plays for the Golden State Warriors, and he tweeted it out by accident last summer.
Let's see if Brady.
And he meant to like send it to like some chick and accidentally put it on Snapchat or some shit. Let's not look up Tom Brady's dick pics. Let's not do that. How about no?
All right, fine.
But we can get off football if you don't want to talk about football.
We can't. We could try, but I just don't. It would just be you talking a lot and me.
I have a lot to
say. Asking a lot of questions. But
I have a lot to say about sports.
This is half your show, half my show. If you want to spend some time talking about football, I'll try to chime in.
Reviewing our show, I find that I often talk over you.
Yeah. That's okay.
I'm trying to get better at it. I've noticed.
Okay, well,
I'm working on it. Working on it.
That's a good first step. I've learned doing this for a while that when people start talking, you sit back and try to just respond to what they say, and it seems to work out the best. So if you are diving in with something.
So anyway, what I'm saying. I'm just kidding.
This is how I feel on the inside every time.
I'm aware. I'm paying attention, bro. I'm trying to improve.
Good job. For what it's worth, I don't really give a shit that much because I most of the time I'm pulling shit out of thin air and I don't know where this train's rolling along the track, but I don't know where it's going. So it just point is I don't know what I'm trying to say right this second.
Speaking of trains, did you hear about the train accident?
I was hoping you ran one.
Ran a train? No. I do have a song called "Run a Train."
Fuck yeah.
Choo choo.
That sounds bad.
Girl,
already.
we gon' run a train on you.
All right, that sounds cool.
Yeah, it was tight. It was me and J Red. You remember J Red?
Yeah.
Yeah,
fuck
me and
yeah.
my guy.
I like that
But
guy. What were you saying?
no, there was on the way here. I got a update on my phone about there was a train accident in Virginia that had like a bunch of Republican lawmakers on it, and it was labeled a fatal crash. It was a bunch of Republican lawmakers, like congressmen and their families. But what I read,
It's like breaking news.
but like yeah, but when I clicked on it, it said that pardon me, only like a few people were taken to the hospital and minor injuries, but the headline said it was fatal. So I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know.
let's see.
I was driving when I saw it, so I couldn't read it.
I'll just Google train crash, see what comes up. Let's see. GOP doctor lawmakers rush to aid of injured after
Deadly train wreck. See, boom. One dead in
This
accident.
is from Fox News. Should we trust it? Is this fake news? GOP doctor lawmakers rush to aid of.
Why did you click the Fox News? There's like
Oh,
9
so
links, and you
look.
chose the Fox News
Oh,
one.
look what it's showing. It's literally showing the GOP lawmakers like helping someone who's hurt.
Fox News, thank you.
Oh gosh. All right, train
Yeah.
crash. All right, train carrying members of Congress his
dead.
truck. All right, CNN. Do we trust them?
The CNN is more reasonable.
All right. Train carrying a dozen members of Congress, blah blah blah, including House Speaker Paul Ryan.
It was loud and it was harsh.
Please tell me he's the one that died.
Let's see.
I'm not wishing Paul Ryan dead, but if
we-
somebody got to go,
Like,
he's expendable.
let's
That's
see.
all I'm saying.
I agree. Let's see. One of those.
not wishing him dead. I don't want anybody to die, but
6 patients were transported to the UVA Medical Center. Multiple sources said that all members of Congress on the train and their families were okay, with the exception of few minor injuries. Dang it.
they all have brain damage, but they all had brain damage before the incident,
I
so
was going to say, what's going to change now?
Yeah.
Shit. Oh,
I'm
well.
being snarky and an asshole now.
Well, hey, I wanted to. I didn't want to assume anything, but I'm still friends with your. Last week was still your ex, so
I was waiting for this.
I thought I saw her post something.
Okay, so
Are you comfortable going into that, man?
yeah, I just got to be careful how I phrase things.
Okay. Yeah, don't get yourself in trouble because you know
exactly.
she's going to be listening to this shit.
Well, she doesn't listen to this, but she did. You know what she did do is she listened to my song that I wrote about her. I was like, fuck no, she's not going to listen.
yeah.
She did.
Oh.
I didn't know she did that. But last week when I was coming home from the podcast, I showed up to my house, and she was on the phone with my other baby's mom screaming at her, crying hysterically.
Oh, shit.
And I was like, yo, what is going on?
That's scary.
And basically, my other baby's mom decided to share details of what I'd been doing with her and what she'd been doing with me. And that upset her a little bit.
Okay.
And so then we got talking, and like I said, that there were 2 things that I needed her to do before we could even consider a reconciliation, and she agreed to do both.
Oh, nice.
So we got back together.
Glad to hear it.
Yeah.
I'm very happy for you.
I have a lot of funny like little comments to make about this, but I can't risk just spouting them off trying to be funny and then like dealing with backlash later because I was trying to be humorous.
I feel you. Believe me, I put my foot in my mouth every single fucking time. I have an argument with Tara and like some shit.
I think things are funny and I can say them playfully, and I learned that other people don't always see the humor the same way I do.
Yeah. Well, like this past week, well, I was joking about like having cancer or something like that, and I kept joking about it, and Tara was like getting pissed. But like that's just my funny way of like dealing with it. You know what I mean? Like,
Do you have cancer?
no, I don't think so, but you know, we'll see. But that's neither here nor there. That's neither here nor
think
there.
so.
I need to make a doctor's appointment, I guess, but we'll see.
I don't think you have cancer.
I hope not.
You seem too sprightly.
That's what I'm saying, man. Well, glad to hear that, man. I wanted to get the official confirmation from you. But
Yeah.
I'm glad. I honestly hope it works out. In all honesty, so just for your family's sake, man.
If she follows through and does those things that I asked her to, I think we're going to be just fine.
So has she squashed it with baby mom 1?
yeah.
Okay, good. Glad to hear that. Too.
Yeah, they good.
Threesome is out, off the table.
That was never on the table for me, let alone for them.
Okay, figured I'd ask. Yeah, that's
Not
what the
interested.
audience is asking.
Not interested.
That's what the audience was chattering about.
Everybody always asks me that.
Yeah, I know. That's got to be one of those dumb, annoying questions.
It's like the first question from everybody all the time. It's like I get why people ask it, but like I struggle understanding. Like I get not everybody's like me, but I struggle understanding how other people can't see this the same way that I do, because it seems so logical and obvious. But like,
what's the explanation?
I'm not amicable with my son's mother because I want to sleep with her. Mm-hmm. It's because I have a son with her, and I want to have a positive environment for him to grow up in where we can all get along and do things together.
Yeah, of course.
So I don't understand why everybody's like,
what's that
assumption must be I'm trying to sleep with both of them at the same time.
What's that have to do with making your dick squirt?
Nothing. That's why it shouldn't be a question.
No, man. I mean,
I'm not offended by it. Like I don't want to like seem like I'm bitter about it. Like
I'm still talking about it.
But like they'll get touchy about it. Like when people bring it up to them.
I bet. I can only imagine.
Oh, your sister wives? Like they don't like that shit at all.
I would never. I have
can
more
laugh
respect
that
for
shit
them.
off,
You know?
But like, I get why they don't like it.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
plus that's one of those. I mean, it's obviously one of those questions that you've been asked so much that like not only do you have like a retort and a comeback, you have a full-on explanation for like why it is the way it is, and you know. So I get it. I know that. It's
it's just like how childish is every other adult in the world?
Yeah.
If they can't understand, like if they have to assume the only reason that I could have a positive relationship with my son's mother is because I'm trying to have a threesome.
I don't think that's the only reason they assume. It's just
it's the quickest assumption.
I think it's a funny thing to joke about, just for the simple fact that, you know, you're literally living with two women that you've obviously had sexual relations with, and that's the only thing people can think about. You know what I mean?
Just the way that you detail it, man.
I'm just like, as simple as it is for like dumb little simple minds like me personally. But I'm not even saying that like I thought that even immediately, like when I heard about your situation. But I just felt it was a funny joke to insert when I did. But you know, I get it. It's touchy.
It's not touchy for me. I don't give a shit.
They
get touchy though.
Yeah,
they do get touchy.
No, I don't. I'm good with it. Don't, you know, not not trying to like, you know, not trying to pry. I'm just being silly. This is stupid. This is just, you know, podcasting.
Yeah. Well.
All right. Glad to hear. Well, me, nothing's new with me. We watched the Royal Rumble the other night.
Oh yeah.
That was sweet. I haven't watched the Royal Rumble in like 12 years, probably.
Who won?
15 years.
I've never watched a Royal Rumble in my life. I know what it is. I played enough wrestling games, and I used to watch wrestling when I was a kid, but I never got the pay-per-views when I was a kid.
Really?
So
Well,
I never watched them. I just had to like wait until like Monday Night Raw to see what happened.
Then you watch all the highlights and be like salty you couldn't.
But yeah, I never watched any of the pay-per-views, although I have seen Hell in the Cell like 35 times.
Oh, fuck
like
yeah.
Occasionally that'll pop up on like YouTube, and I'm like, watching this again.
What, that Undertaker Mankind
yeah,
match?
bro. The only Hell in the Cell
literally
that
just
matters.
watched that yesterday.
It's fucking cool, bro. Like that's fun. To, like
I was
and like it's really fun when you like know the stories behind it, because like you know that wrestling's scripted and all that, and it can still be fun. And I'm not judging anybody for liking wrestling. Like I get it, but like that was like so beyond that.
Yeah, that was
like
amazing.
that match is just like
that introduced.
Even if you knew wrestling was fake, you can't watch that and not marvel at it. Like, what
that kind of shit started like the Attitude Era. You know what I mean? Where it really started like being a show like for adults.
If wrestling could do the Attitude Era now, I could probably watch it again.
Yeah, for sure.
Like I could get into it.
Yeah.
The problem is,
but
I'm
now
not into what they're
UFC's
doing now.
essentially doing that now, so they're filling that gap with real fighting.
Yeah, I mean,
Conor McGregor is essentially Stone
you know what the
Cold
problem
Steve
is?
Austin.
Like watching UFC fighting is not as fun.
What, as wrestling?
UFC fights are kind of boring, bro.
No, fuck no. I highly disagree.
Yeah, I'm not into
crazy.
it. I like boxing and like wrestling. While it's fictitious, like still fun.
It's more entertaining.
It's more entertaining. It is.
Well, the guy who won was I honestly don't remember his name. He's a Japanese guy, but he kicked ass.
Hey!
Yeah. Oh, you know, here's something interesting. They did the first ever women's Royal
I saw that.
Rumble.
Who won?
A Japanese girl won that.
Japanese?
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, we coming up, bitch.
Her name was Asuka. She was dope.
Fuck yeah.
The women's Royal Rumble was super cool. It was awesome. But so was the men's.
I didn't even know if they had enough women to have a women's Royal Rumble.
Me neither, but they did, and they pulled it off, and it was like.
Don't you need like 30 people to do a Royal Rumble? So like they have 30 female wrestlers now? Because when I was a kid, they had like 8.
Right now, like the females in wrestling are like stealing the show. Like they're the reason like people are watching for that. From what I can tell, I'll be honest, I haven't watched wrestling in years. Like this past Sunday was the first time in a very, very long time. I only watched it because my girls, for whatever reason, I have WWE 2K16 like for free on the Xbox, and out of the blue the other day, like Kennedy wanted to play with me, so I got on there. Like we both picked a girl and wrestled and like fucked around, and then I was like, these are real girls, they're real wrestlers, and like. Then all the kids wanted to come watch, and I was showing them like some wrestling matches on YouTube. Right. And then I was listening to my buddy Brandon's podcast, How to Yank the Next Generation.
Right. Yeah, we're talking about that. Yeah.
Him and his son Lane, were talking about wrestling and how the Royal Rumble was starting up. And I was like, oh fuck yeah! Like I love that's the one like wrestling event that I know no matter who's wrestling, I'll have fun watching it. So I was like, fuck yeah, that's coming up. And I found out if you download the WWE app, like the WWE Network, it's normally $10 a month, but they give you a month free. But if you just have that app, you get all the pay-per-views for free, and you can stream it live.
Okay, so like this was my question because I have a buddy who is a big wrestling fan, and he has told me numerous times that like WWE has like a service now, like a subscription service, where you can watch everything.
Okay.
And my question was, because I wouldn't be opposed, like I think, like we're almost past this time now, but like a couple years ago, like they kept putting out every show like this season on DVD and everything, right? Why didn't they do like a year of wrestling packaged in DVDs? Like everything.
Yeah.
Monday Night Raw, Thursday Night SmackDown, Sunday whatever. Like all of them in order so you can follow the story and everything. Because every time you like go on like Netflix or whatever and they have wrestling stuff, it'll just be like clips. Either the pay-per-view or highlights or documentaries. They don't have like the whole thing, like a show where you can sit down and watch them all.
Yeah.
And if they did, I think I would really enjoy going back and watching like everything in the Attitude Era, like going back to like Rock and Sock Connection and everything like that, and watching it all the way through like Generation X and Stone Cold versus the Corporate Ministry and like all that shit would be so fun to watch. But I don't want to watch pieces. I want to watch the whole thing. Like,
well, that's what the WWE Network is. It literally has all that old shit on there. Yeah,
I would enjoy watching.
I was watching the first ever Royal Rumble, and then I found like some other old. Alexis wanted to see like an old match with Hulk Hogan. I found some old shit.
But does it have everything?
Yes.
Everything. I can watch it all in order.
Yes.
See, I might have to invest in it just for like
as far as I can
tell, a little while so I can watch all that and enjoy it.
It even has ECW and WCW on there.
I used to watch WCW when I was a kid.
Yep. It has all the Monday Nitros and all that shit. I just happen to be flipping through. You can pick which year you want to watch, and it'll show you like a whole page full of results. It's awesome. If you're a wrestling fan and you're not hip to WWE Network,
somebody told me that I could do that on that app. And I looked into it, and it was like $10 a month.
Yeah.
But the smallest package you could buy was 6 months.
No, this one's month to month.
Well, if you do it month to month, then I might invest in it. Because I don't need it for 6 months.
Yeah, he said it's WWE Netflix. Mikey's a big wrestling fan.
Well, like I don't want it for 6 months because I don't want to watch all the new stuff.
No, you do month to month.
I just want to like sit down and power through it like I would a show. You know what I'm saying? Like just marathon the fuck out of like 3 years of it or whatever and just be done.
Yeah, let me see if I can sign in.
Oh, you pulling it up? Oh shit!
I'll have to pull it up so other people.
But if I can do it month to month, I'm not opposed to like doing that just for a little bit, just to get my nostalgia on. You know what I'm saying?
So
nostalgia's a bitch.
So you can go to shows, and you can go to. It has all the pay-per-views. You can go to collections, and it'll show you like. Well, it has like documentaries and all kinds of shit. But there's Vault. I think that's where all the old shit is.
So I don't care about nothing now. Don't care.
I don't know where all this shit is. But yeah, I don't know like half the wrestlers and shit. Well, I don't know most of the wrestlers, but there's some interesting characters that I thought were pretty funny. Like these dudes right here, whatever they're called. What is it? The Big E. What's his something connection or whatever? They're it's like these three dudes and that chick, but they're funny. They throw pancakes at everyone for some reason. I don't know why.
Wrestling's always had these like weird things about it. You ever go back and like watch it from the 80s? Yeah. There's like these really obscure wrestlers, and you're like, how did they even think this? Like the Mountie. You ever seen the Mountie?
Yeah, I remember the Mountie.
Who thought that was a good idea? Like, come on. Like,
yeah, I remember that shit. But
I always used to fuck with Yokozuna. That was my guy when I was a kid.
Yeah, Yokozuna was the bomb. I always liked Coco Beware way back in the day.
Well, my favorite wrestlers, like as I like really got into it as I got a little bit older, My favorite wrestlers were always Stone Cold, The Rock,
Fuck yeah.
Mankind, fucking Sting. Sting was the man to me.
Sting was the shit. I didn't watch a whole lot of WCW back then until they started doing the until they started doing NWO.
The NWO phase is where I started getting into wrestling.
Yeah.
That's like where like I don't know,
That was
like right when I was like 6 or 7
That was
or 8
that was
or
also
whatever.
during like Braun panty match time
Yeah.
and fucking Stone Cold stunning Vince McMahon every goddamn
Yeah.
week.
Yeah, that was when it was badass, bro.
Yeah, that shit was awesome.
That shit was
They
off
have
the
like a
hook.
documentary on here that says like the Attitude Era or whatever. You can watch like all kinds of shit on
Yeah,
there.
that was the shit. But I might have to check that out then.
Yeah, check it, peep it. WWE app it. I mean, again, I'm not a huge wrestling fan, honestly, per se, but I've been getting a lot of enjoyment out of watching it, and the kids have been digging it too.
I'm going to put
Surprisingly.
like $20 on 2 months and like sit down and watch
yeah,
all the stuff that I missed.
and you get the first month for free. So when just wait until it's about to be WrestleMania time, and you'll be able to watch WrestleMania at least.
I don't care about WrestleMania.
That'll be the main fucking attraction. That's the Super Bowl of WWE.
I know it is, but like
What's
I
wrong
don't
with
care
you?
about anything right now. Like I don't care at all.
I guess so. Oh, you know what happened during Royal Rumble? Ronda Rousey came out at the end. Did you hear about that?
I mean, I think that's kind of pathetic.
She's joining WWE.
I know. I saw that she was joining like full time, and
It was
like I
very-
just thought like this is so pathetic that like this is where Ronda Rousey is at in her career.
It was very cringy though. Yeah. Well, I mean, let's be honest though. Like she was a good fighter. She held her own, did her thing. You know, built up this persona, and then now she lost a few matches. She can't be like the tough girl anymore. You know, she doesn't know how to be humble. Where else is she gonna take that attitude? You know.
No, I
Might as
get
well
it.
put
I'm
to
just
good
saying like
use.
that's like that to me says washed. Like
I think that's the next logical step. If you,
I
ask
think it
me.
probably is, and I don't think it's a bad business decision for her.
Yeah.
But that does detail to me washed. Like
Yeah, I feel it.
you were the best in the world at what you were, and then like you just fell off, and now I'm fake wrestling because I can't win real fights anymore. Like
She just couldn't hack
The
it.
time
man.
has
Oh, shit.
finally come, Ronda Rousey.
God damn it. I was
everybody
gonna-
thinks Ronda Rousey's hot, and I think she looks like a fucking guy.
She's cute, but there's another UFC fighter named Rose Namajunas. She is banging.
Everybody always tells me like Ronda Rousey's so hot. I'm like,
Misha
that looks
Tate's
like a
hot.
fucking dude to me, bro.
Misha Tate and Rose Namajunas are both hot, but I would do this like this-
China.
I would-
China is a fucking guy, bro. Like, I don't care if she has a vagina or not. That's a dude.
I was trying to find the actual clip. This might be it. Oh yeah, look, it was very cringy. Like she came down and just pointed at the WrestleMania sign and didn't say a word. It was so weird. And she was wearing her Roddy Piper shirt. That's Asuka. That's the girl who won the Rumble right there. She was awesome.
Bro, this is super fucking.
And that girl right there,
Strange.
the blonde hair girl, is Charlotte Flair. That's Ric Flair's daughter. And she's the champ. She's awesome. She's huge.
Bro, this is like.
Look, she's pointing again and not even saying anything.
This is really awkward.
Yeah.
I don't know what to think of this.
The stupidest part is, listen, they're talking to Stephanie McMahon, who's Vince McMahon's daughter.
Right, yeah.
Like, she's, like, sitting at the announce table with them. And they're, like, Michael Cole, who's, like, the announcer guy. He's like, we're sitting with Stephanie McMahon. What can you say about this? How did you not know about this? And she's just like, I just... And, like, literally, it goes silent. And he's like, he must be, like, whispering in her ear, like, hey, you're supposed to be telling them, you know. And then he's like, he's like, okay, let's try it again. How did you not believe this? And she really just ghosts him again and doesn't say anything. Hold on, let me see if it. Listen. Look, she's literally silent. He just asked her a question and she's just silent.
I wish it would show him.
I know, it won't show him.
Ronda Rousey marched down here and got the face of Charlotte, Alexa Bliss, and Asuka, arguably the three most powerful women in WWE.
Three most powerful women.
In WWE just met one of the baddest women on the planet Earth.
There's Stephanie McMahon.
Rousey is here.
Stephanie's aging well.
Yeah.
She's got to be like 45 or something right now, right?
She don't look bad. Oh, look, and then she comes over to shake Stephanie McMahon's hand. And it's a very awkward encounter.
This is so oddball strange. Like, what is going on?
Like, is that supposed to be her making the deal? Like, I'm in WWE now. Is that what they're insinuating?
Well, I read a thing that said that she signed a deal. She's like full-time WWE now.
Well, good for her. I hope she makes a lot of money.
I don't fucking care about her making money. She's got plenty of money.
That's
Fuck
true.
her. I hope I make a lot of
Do
money.
you want to see what Rose Namajunas looks like?
I mean, I guess you're gonna show me, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Not really. Who is Rose Namajunas?
This girl right here. She's the champ.
Oh yeah.
Look, she buzzed her hair.
Yeah, hard pass, man.
No.
Not into it. No. Not at all.
Oh, you're crazy. No.
That's really odd to me
listeners
that
can't
you
see
just
her.
pulled that up. Like, I thought she was gonna be a hottie, bro. She's
Dude, Rose, come on.
No, hard pass. Hard pass.
Hard
I'm
pass.
good.
Look, she looks cute right there. All right, what about me? What about Misha Tate?
All right, let's see.
That's Misha Tate.
Let's scroll
She
through.
more your style.
She is definitely the best of the three.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'll
If
show
she's
the list.
really all that banging either.
Viewers,
but she's
you
at
can
least.
see.
She's all right. Like, I think she looks much better than the last two that you pulled up.
Oh,
like
that was
Ronda
her-
Rousey and
that
the
was-
other chick.
Her and Ronda. See, Ronda Rousey looked pretty good right there.
Yeah.
She's looking better than Misha right there. Shit. Misha's got a banging ass body though.
Yeah.
But come on, Rose though. Come on.
This is not like my skilo. This is like not the kind of shit I'm into at all. Like, I don't know that you can find a UFC women's fighter that I'm gonna think is attractive.
Ooh,
because
you're gonna
I
love.
don't know that the physique that's required to fight in the UFC is the physique that I'm going to find appealing to begin with.
Yeah, you're gonna like Chris Cyborg. She's way more your style. This chick right here.
What about this makes you think she's my style? Nah. Oh, she's fucking butt ass ugly, bro.
Oh come on, how dare you? She will whoop your ass, bro.
She probably would, but still hard
No,
pass.
I'm just kidding. She's not.
Yeah, no.
She's not known as being notoriously attractive.
No. The things that I find attractive about women are not found on these women.
What is it then?
First of all, I don't like muscly chicks.
No muscly chicks at all.
Not into it.
Okay. Let me exit out. I'm tired of looking at Chris Cyborg
Yeah,
already.
not-
She's
Not
creeping me out.
pleasing.
Okay.
But like my favorite physical features on a woman:
Yeah.
thick ass thighs,
Thick thighs.
big old thick thighs, and big old butts.
That's a given. I mean, who doesn't love that though?
Well, yeah, but those girls don't have any of that shit going on.
That's true. That is true.
They look like some fucking dudes.
I would. I mean, come on though. You would.
Bro, they all look like got dicks.
All right. I'm not asking you to marry them, but wouldn't you at least hit all three?
I mean, my bar
Yeah,
for
where
what
is
I'd
it?
hit
Yeah.
is real fucking low, bro.
Mine
Like
too.
who you would tag and who you would marry are
Yeah.
two totally different things.
I'm with you.
So like, would I tag them? I'd probably tag all of them.
Okay.
Even the ugly one.
Okay.
But I wouldn't approach any of them at a bar.
Okay. Yeah,
I
mean,
would not do that.
We relate in that regard then, because I mean, same. My standards are very low. I mean, that's not. I mean, that is not a knock
My
on
standards for
Tara.
who I will date are
Right.
substantially different than for what I
Right.
tag.
Sure, exactly. That's pretty much what I'm trying to say. I didn't mean to make it seem like I'm knocking my wife.
Would you
because
rather get with
My wife is
110
by far
or
the
two
hottest.
fives?
My wife is by far the hottest woman that's even given me the time of day.
Would you rather get with 110 or 2 5s?
Oh, 2 5s.
The answer's 5 2s, bro.
Yeah. I mean, if that was on the table, I might have picked that. Yeah. This
just
coming
saying.
from the guy who doesn't even want to do a threesome. Come on.
That has nothing to do with
Yeah,
like that.
okay.
There's the reasons for that are
Okay.
in a whole different whole different thing.
I just want to wedge it back in there.
Yeah. Congratulations.
Well, so the Royal Rumble was the shit. Subscribe to WWE Network if that sounds cool. If you like some
He's
wrestling.
endorsing the fucking product here.
What else? What else was? I'm just racking my brain trying to think of what else I was making sure I mentioned. I watched a movie the other day. We were talking about all that figure skating last
I
week.
watched 2 movies since
Oh, let's talk. I watched I, Tonya.
about Tanya Harding.
It is about Tonya Harding. And it was starring Margot Robbie. She plays Tonya Harding in it.
Okay.
It was pretty sweet. I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
It was very entertaining the way they shot it and shit. It was, pretty tongue in cheek, but while also doing a pretty good job of, seemingly keeping things accurate, but had some funny shit and, it kept my attention for the full 2 hours. I'd recommend watching it, even if you're not a huge figure skating aficionado like us.
2 movies that I watched. Me and my girlfriend, after we got back together, we went and saw The Post.
Oh, okay. How'd you like it?
From what I could tell, it was really good. But we went to Easton. Have you been to Easton movie theater lately?
Yeah.
They have all the little dine-in seats with the like big cushy chairs.
Great.
Yeah, I've seen like 7 movies there in those chairs. I have yet to not fall asleep in one. And I never fall asleep during movies, but every time I'm in those chairs, I fall asleep. So we went and saw that, and I slept through most of it. Yeah. I was kind of in and out of it, so I caught pieces, and it looked really good. It did really, like, I want to watch it when it comes out on like DVD or whatever. I'm gonna rent it.
It's on Plex.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have to check that out. And then today, before I came over here, we took my daughter to go see. I don't know what the name of it is. It's the John Cena animated kids movie, Ferdinand.
Ferdinand, yeah. How was that?
I fell asleep in the same Easton chairs.
Okay.
My daughter liked it at the beginning.
Yeah.
But she fell asleep as well. So did my chick. We all fell asleep.
Did the usher have to come wake you all up, or did you?
No, we actually got food.
Okay.
Like in the theater this time, because we were actually going to eat before, but we were running out of time, so we had to eat in the theater. I got a burger. She got this macaroni fucking bowl thing.
I got like the shrimp tacos there one time. They're pretty delish.
Well, the burger that I had was pretty good for what it was. Like,
okay.
Like they were like regular like
it's
restaurant.
hard to fuck up a burger.
Well, I mean they were like regular restaurant prices, so it was like $10.99 for a burger or whatever. Which if you're in the movie theater, that's not too bad. You got somebody waiting on you and shit. It wasn't terrible. It was passable for the price. I didn't feel ripped off.
All right.
It wasn't like the best burger ever, but it wasn't. It was good. She really liked her dish, so we had these loaded tots, which I have at my job. We have loaded tots, and I didn't really want to get the loaded tots because I have them at work, and I just wanted to get something else. But she wanted them, so we got them. And fucking loaded tots at the fucking movie theater are 10 times better than tots at my restaurant, bro.
Oh shit!
They were smacking. They were so fucking good.
What do they do different?
Honestly, I think the one major difference was they had chopped up green onions on top.
That's it.
Dude, it just changed the whole flavor of the fucking, like it was they were really good, bro. Like they were way better than the shit I got to work.
Were they like crispy or some shit?
No, like everything else was pretty much the same.
Tots are tots, right?
It was pretty much the same thing, bro.
Yeah, that's crazy.
They had cheese and like bacon and shit on them, but like the green onion set that shit. Woo!
All right.
Shit was the bomb.
That's what I'm talking about. Hell yeah. All right. So you saw some movies. Ferdinand, you didn't watch it even. But that got nominated for Best Animated Picture.
I didn't particularly care for like the bit that I did see, but I'm not really into like kids animated movies. I know a lot of adults are like still into watching like kid stuff.
Yeah, I am.
I'm not.
I enjoy
like, and I really loved it at one point. But like as I've grown, I just lost all interest in that kind of stuff.
I don't like look forward to them, but I enjoy almost every single kids movie I actually sit down and watch. Like if you just got to be in the right mindset. I mean, it's hard to not just like play with your phone halfway through the fucking movie or something like that, you know. But if the movie's actually good, you know, it is what it is. I watched a lot of kids movies this past year.
I could tell it was a fairly good movie. Like it's just not for me. Like I'm not the demographic they're aiming toward, and I'm not one of these adults that can sit around and watch like Pixar movies and. Like it's just not for me.
Yeah, I try to get my kids to sit down and watch like all the old movies I watched when I was a kid, but
I can do the nostalgia thing. Like I can watch like A Bug's Life now because I really loved that when I was a kid. So like now I can watch that. But if I hadn't watched that when I was a kid, I probably wouldn't like. It wouldn't be any different.
Well, whatever. I mean, you don't like kids movies. Well, you're a fucking weirdo. What can I say?
Fuck it. Fuck me.
Well, I'm trying to even think of the last kids movie I watched though.
Oh, we got kids movies on my house all the time because we got
my kids just watch Teen Titans Go all fucking day long.
Oh, my kids
YouTube.
My kids are now hot on like Captain Underpants. They like that, but like my daughter.
We went and saw that at the theater. That movie's funny.
My daughter is all about like Moana all day every day. She's all about Trolls all day every day.
Oh fuck yeah!
She watches a lot of My Little Pony.
And Moana and Trolls are both good. Moana's actually really good.
I've seen them both like 50 times, and I've never paid attention to them. Any of the 50 times that I've seen them, they've been on repeat on my house all day every day.
I don't think I've watched Trolls straight.
The most I've gotten out of it is when the songs come on the radio. I know that they're from those movies. That's what I've got.
Oh, yeah. I can see what's happening here. Whatever the fuck he says. What can I say except you're welcome? What about that shit?
I don't remember that.
You know, come on. That's the
Or
Rock.
maybe you're just singing it so poorly that I just can't. I don't know.
I sounded just like The Rock.
You probably did. Yeah.
Speaking of The Rock, I've been wanting to go see the new Jumanji with him in it too.
I'd watch it just because I like Jumanji as a kid.
I just rewatched Jumanji. I don't know if we've talked about this on the show, but I rewatched that like 6 months ago, the original. It was fucking sweet.
I remember it being fucking sweet when I was a kid.
It was awesome.
And that seems like something that like as an adult I could still like because of it's not just like a kid's movie. Like it's got this crazy idea and plot and like it's like kind of a cool fucking thing to begin with. So like it's not just another dumb kids movie like that you can just get lost in the mass. Like it's very defined.
And for it being like 24 years old or however old it is, it actually holds up. The special effects and shit hold up pretty good.
I would watch it.
So I was pretty shocked at how well I enjoyed it. So that made me want to see the new one too.
Yeah.
Not that it's like really even fucking related.
I just saw a preview for a horror movie that's coming out while I'll be in Arizona, and I wanted to watch that. I think it comes out on like the 9th
Winchester?
or something. Yes.
Yeah.
I want to see that shit. That shit looks fucking tight,
Me and
bro.
Tara were just talking about
Have you ever
that
seen
movie.
that house?
No, I was asking her, is that the same house that they made the movie Rose Red about?
I don't know. I don't know what that is,
Let me
but
look that up.
I know that I saw this thing on the Winchester house, bro, and it's like it's this gigantic fucking massive fucking mansion. Like think about a mansion, it's like 10 of them, bro. And all it is like all these like crazy like staircases that go into the ceiling into nothing.
Yeah.
And like awkward hallways and like the lady was just fucking nuts and she just kept building all this oddball shit in her house. And bro, it's fucking crazy and it's a real place. It's like a real thing, bro.
Yeah,
and
I've heard of it.
Dude, it looks fucking tight.
See, look, this Rose Red, so it is the same story. The story Rose Red, which is a Stephen King book that they made into like a 6-part
Stephen King's the
miniseries.
man.
It was inspired by the Winchester Mansion. So this movie's obviously like the real, like based on the real story for real one. But it stars Helen Mirren too, which is fucking incredible for a horror movie, honestly.
Well, I also just recently saw
she was on there. What?
they're starting production on the sequel to The Shining.
I heard that. I didn't even know that was even something on the table.
I will say that The Shining is probably one of the best horror movies of all time and one of my just favorite movies. I just love that fucking movie. But I have the book. I didn't know that there was a sequel that Stephen King wrote to it.
Oh, he actually
But
did
there
write
is.
a sequel?
And that's what this movie's based on. It's based on the actual sequel in the book.
Let's Google that.
So, like, if you heard there was a sequel to The Shining, you'd be like, why would you do that? But if it's actually based on the sequel that Stephen King wrote, you can't be quite as
called
mad.
Dr. Sleep.
Yeah, that's it.
Is that like a newer book? Oh, no, look, it says, oh, no, hold on, wait. Oh, yes, released in September 2013.
Well, basically, the premise is Danny Torrance, who's the little kid in The Shining, who shines. He, we good?
Yeah, my phone went off. I was just seeing what it was.
This takes place when Danny Torrance is like 45.
Okay.
And he's dealing with all these, like, psychological, emotional problems from what happened in The Shining. So now he's a grown adult. He's, like, dealing with that shit and working that out.
Okay.
But I love The Shining.
Yeah.
I hope they do a great job with this. I hope I love this as every bit as much. I hope.
Yeah, hopefully it's good. I mean, look, it's got a 4.1 out of 5. 92% liked it.
If I had to take a guess, there's no chance it's probably going to live up to The Shining to me because that's just, I'm so jaded on like that just being one of the best things ever.
I heard like Stephen King like famously hates the movie version.
He does. He fucking hates it. I read the reason why.
I was gonna say, you being someone you've read the book.
Yeah.
I take it. What do you have to say about that?
I understand what his reasoning is. His logic here is that when Stanley Kubrick did the film adaptation, he felt like at the beginning of the movie, Jack Nicholson, who plays
Johnny.
Jack,
Here's Johnny.
Well, I mean, he's making fun of Johnny Carson, but he basically said like in the book he's supposed to be normal and then goes crazy, and in the movie he seems kind of crazy right from the beginning. Like he seems off, off top.
Well, they gotta tell in a quicker fashion.
Jack Nicholson, kind of fucking seems off all the time.
Okay.
So like maybe Stephen King's issue has to do with the casting, but whatever. His gripe is he didn't feel like that character progressed into being crazy. He felt like he already started there, whereas he was supposed to progress. And I can understand that, particularly as like a writer, as an artist, like how that would rub you wrong, because that's like a big part of what he's doing that people are supposed to appreciate is his character
Yeah.
build and things like that. I understand that. But The Shining's so fucking good. How could
Well,
you not love it?
I
It's
also-
so fucking good.
I also think they did like another version of it, like made for TV, that Stephen King actually had like full like reigns of, and it was supposed to be fucking horrible and garbage.
That wouldn't shock me at all. Stephen King should stick to writing books and not fucking making movies.
Yeah.
Do what you do. Play your position.
Yeah, I think he's only directed like a couple of his movies, and
That's like
They
you see rappers all the time that want to cross over into acting. Like, I don't ever want to cross over into acting. Like, I might make a little cameo, like, hey. But like, I don't want to be an actor. That's not what I want to do. I want to be a fucking rapper. Like, that's not what I'm passionate about. I'm passionate about dropping fucking bars, bitch.
well, I feel that, but Eminem did it, and he didn't like sell out or become some kind of actor guy.
I mean,
he was in the interview,
To be fair,
but he let them call him gay.
to be fair, what Eminem did is not like what rappers do, because Eminem has had very small, minor cameos, like what I said, like where he's not really acting, he's just doing a quick cameo.
Yeah,
Like Funny People is a cameo, The Interview is a cameo. He's done that a few times, but 8 Mile, that's basically he's playing himself.
yeah.
It's not really acting.
He's still acting.
I mean, he's still acting, but it's not like that's not the same. That's not like I'm gonna go play Harry Potter. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right. I feel that.
that's almost like within the bounds of his own artistic expression because he's telling his own story.
Whatever, dude. That's like saying you can't be a wrestler and be an actor, and you're talking about
I'm
our
not saying
Lord and
rap.
Savior
I'm not,
Dwayne
I'm
the
not-
Rock Johnson.
I'm not saying anybody shouldn't. I think Andre 3000 is a great actor. I think Mos Def is a great fucking actor.
Def.
He's really, really good actor.
Most def.
But what I'm saying is, like, I have no desire to do that because that's not what I'm passionate about. I almost would be more interested in directing than acting. But, I mean, that's just, like, the artist in me would be more drawn to that skill set.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of desire to, like, play pretend.
I don't either. I think I would be a horrible actor.
I love film too. Like I'm really big into film. Like I really enjoy it. I really appreciate like all the little different, cinematography and symbolism and all. I love all that kind of shit. But I feel like I could enjoy that a lot more if I was like directing than I would as an actor. As an actor, you're just kind of like, I don't know. You're like a prop. I don't want to be a prop.
Yeah, I've never tried acting in any fashion, way, shape, or form, and I think I would do terribly. So
I could enjoy acting if I was doing stupid shit. Like if you put me in a movie like fucking Dumb and Dumber, I could enjoy doing that because it'd be dumb and I wouldn't have to take it all that serious.
Oh, I forgot I have done an acting role. I was in the almost feature film Ninja Land, starring me and my buddy Brandon from Howdy Radio.
Almost feature film? What's
Yeah,
that
it's like
mean?
47 minutes. It's like a 47. It's on YouTube. Check it out, Ninja Land.
Yeah, you need to send me the link to that one. I
Watch
want to
it.
watch it.
I will. It's awesome. It's
But like I said, I
yeah.
could enjoy like doing dumb shit.
yeah, that's what that was.
But like I would really struggle doing something like I don't know, like
like 8 Mile.
a superhero or like
Oh, what can you do? 8
fucking-
Mile though.
I could do like a rap show if I could like identify with the character enough, because I could like associate it with me and make it kind of like my own thing. I couldn't just act as somebody else. I can't. I don't know. That's just not my skilo.
All right, I feel it. Whatever.
Like I don't want to be in Lord of the Rings. I don't want to be in Star Wars. I don't want to be in fucking horror movies. Like it would have to be something I could feel like was me.
I mean, I would love to like be famous for that, but I could never like. That's.
I mean,
never-
I wouldn't turn down a check. Let's
never-
not get it twisted.
It's never a path I would pursue. Like if our
I
if
wouldn't
our,
seek it out.
If
is
our
more what I'm
podcast got
saying.
super popular and they offered me an acting role for some reason,
I would do it.
I would definitely do it.
I would do it. Yeah.
So when's that happening?
Tell Michael Miller he needs to offer us a role in his upcoming film.
Yeah,
I have. Well, I'm not even going to go into that conversation. We're just going to nip that in the butt right now.
Oh, secret info, huh?
No, I was gonna make like a half joke, half serious remark, except for it's gonna open up a whole fucking Pandora's box of problems for me. So we're not gonna do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if you want to, well, never mind. I'm not going to do the same thing.
Why don't you pause this? Let's go do a smoke break and get something to drink.
Okay, deal.
All right, we'll be right back.
We'll pause and be right back.
We'll be right back, guys.
We'll leave it going so you guys can still
Yeah,
chat.
don't leave. We'll be right back.
That was ridiculous. You're so crazy.
Yeah.
What's up, guys? We're back.
Are we back?
We are.
We're back. Hi, we're back.
Officially back. Let me make sure that's recording. Oh, you know what? I don't know why I waited till I started the show back up to tell you. I forgot to record the good audio version for the first like half the show, but I did improve the audio of the video, so I'll be able to splice it, and you won't be able to really.
Okay.
notice,
Well, I'm
but-
probably not going to have time to edit clips together this
Oh,
go.
It's all good.
Just because I work every day.
If I get time, I will. How about that?
Well, that's all you. You should
We'll
do
see.
that. You should do that.
Yeah. What do you do? What program do you use?
I use Sony Vegas.
No, that's what I use. You should send me your like template and that little intro, and let me fuck with that.
Yeah, I can do that.
All right, cool.
I have like a little template set up, so like it has the intro, it has the outro, and I pull up a separate file and I cut together the clip, and then I pull that, drop it in, and I just edit.
Yeah, let me get that
for
template.
times. Yeah, it's real easy.
I'll definitely try to slap that shit together.
But
So what's up? We are back.
we're back,
We had a little,
bitches.
little bit of a break. Sorry if you missed us. Sorry if you didn't. Sorry, not sorry.
I've been playing some new games.
Ooh, tell us.
I got some games specifically to play on tour, so I got them for my Switch, so I could take it and like I'm going on the plane, and then we're gonna be on the bus, so I got some stuff to play. And then I found myself playing the shit out of them before I even left, which I was not supposed to do, but I just wanted to try them out, and I started trying them, and I was like, oh, I like these. So I just been going.
All right, what?
Well, I already had Stardew Valley, which I told you,
No, yeah,
which I haven't gone back to yet.
Oh, okay.
I've been saving that one, but I am interested there. And I was also considering going back to like Breath of the Wild maybe for a little bit, but
Yeah.
the ones that I just got Chroma Gun. Have you seen that?
Nope, never heard of it.
Well, it's on a bunch of stuff, but I got it it just came out on the Switch. But it's basically like a Portal ripoff, but they like totally are doing it on purpose and like trying to be funny about being a Portal ripoff.
Okay.
But instead of shooting portals,
It's called Chroma Gun.
yeah, you got this like gun that shoots different colored paint, and you have to paint walls, and there's these little orbs. And so like if there's a red orb and you paint the wall red, then it goes to the red wall. And then you have to like start mixing colors. So you have to like you have purple, so you have to shoot the blue and the red and all that. But it's really fun.
Whoops.
I've been very much enjoying it. It's really really entertaining.
Okay.
There's this like goofy little like I said, they're very blatant about trying to be a Portal knockoff. Like, but there's one point where like I found the secret room and there's cake. You know what I'm saying? Like they're doing it all on purpose. But it's really well put together. It's really fun. I really enjoy it, and it's fun in the same vein of Portal.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool.
It is. It's fun.
Was
Like
that
if you liked Portal, you would like this, even though it's like the dumpy version. Like it's still very enjoyable, very fun. It's the same kind of joy. It's tight. I like it.
Yeah, I was just telling. I don't know if I was telling you about it on one of our first episodes about
Was it Turing test?
Turing test.
I remember
it's
you
very
mentioning
similar. Like it's a Turing test is another like Portal ripoff. That's another well done indie version. But yeah, that looks pretty cool. What else?
The other one I got was NBA Playgrounds.
What's that?
It's basically like a new age version of like NBA Jam. Do you know what that is?
Yeah, I played
Like
the shit out of
2-on-2,
NBA Jam.
like cartoony 2-on-2. It's basically like a newer version of that, and I've really been enjoying that. It's a lot of fun, and it's really weird how it's put together because it's done like it should have microtransactions, but
Okay.
it doesn't. So like it's done where like you start the game up for the first time and it gives you like 5 packs of cards, and each one's got 5 cards in it, and you open them, and they unlock players that you can play as. And like once you finished opening them, every time you level up, you'll get a pack of cards, and
Okay.
but you can't buy packs of cards. So
Oh,
it's like it would have microtransactions, but there's no microtransactions.
Yeah, that's surprising.
Which is super awesome.
That is sweet.
I love it. It's so much fun.
Is that like was that like a $20 like digital purchase or something like that?
Yeah, they it was $20 on the Switch, and then they just like updated it with all this like extra content that they added on the other platforms. So they updated it and they dropped the price to $10. And I wanted to get it, and I missed the window to get it for 10. And it went back up to 20 like a week ago, and I was like, ah, damn. And then like a day or two ago, it dropped back down to 9, and I was like, fuck yeah. And I got that shit. And I love it. It's lots of fun.
That sounds sweet.
I mean, if you like NBA Jam, it's like that.
I'm sure it's cool. I probably would skip it.
I mean, it's a sports game, but it's fun though.
I've been wanting to revisit.
Very arcadey 2-on-2.
I've been really wanting to revisit Breath of the Wild also.
You know what my problem is with revisiting Breath of the Wild?
What?
Is I put it back in one day and tried to pick up where I left off. And the game is so difficult that like as you play it, like I remember when I first started playing it, it was really hard. And as things went on, I leveled up and got stronger, you know what I'm saying? I powered up. And then it was playable. And then I stopped. And now going back to it again, I haven't played it in so long that it's really fucking hard again. I'm not used to it.
Yeah.
And like I can't go anywhere because everywhere I go I just die. And I'm just like, oh, fuck this. Like,
yeah, I'm scared of that too because it's that game does have it eases you into it perfectly. Like you learn as you go, but I mean, by the time you're 2 weeks into playing that game, you're like a pro. Zipping around and sliding and fucking up Lionels and shit. But after I put it down for like a month, I had that same thought. I'm like, if I don't go back to this soon, I'm gonna have to relearn everything.
Well,
might as well start from scratch.
What it makes me feel like is I have to start over, which I'm not happy about because when I played it, I basically got all the way to Ganon's Castle and didn't do Ganon's Castle because I wanted to see what the DLC was going to be and if I want to do that before I did Ganon's Castle.
Okay.
And the DLC came out, and it looked okay, but I didn't really want to pay for it, so I didn't get it. So I tried to go back and do Ganon's Castle, and I can't even cross like the field to Ganon's Castle because...
Too many guardians and shit.
Yeah, they're just fucking me up, bro, and I'm just like, fuck.
Yeah, that's rough.
Like before, when I was actually playing it, that wouldn't have been a problem at all. But now it's a problem.
I'll probably pick it back up since I do have it on the Wii U and I have like the expansions on it and shit, which I haven't even messed with. I'd like to at least go try those, but I probably will just dick around and then if I find a good deal on it for like the full edition for the Switch, I'll probably pick it up and start from scratch on it.
Yeah. Like I said, I feel like I just have to start over, which I'm not happy about. Like chasing down all those shrines and everything just so I could get leveled up enough to get the Master Sword, and then I got the Master Sword, and like I have to do all that again. Fuck.
Yeah, it's rough, but it'll be fun. It'd be worth it.
It is a fun game. It is a fun game.
If I could just get my kids to sit down and play it, I would. That would be another way I could enjoy it.
Right. Well, I also got. We already talked. I had the Impatient, but I haven't played it at all. I haven't touched it since we last spoke about it.
Really?
I haven't had a chance. I've just been busy.
Yeah.
And then.
Life.
Well, I mean, the Impatient's harder to get to too than like the other games on the Switch. I can play those like with my kids sitting there.
Yeah.
I can't put the VR headset while I'm sitting there with my kids.
Right.
So like that has to be like a thing when I'm completely alone. And
yeah, they're just like they're asking you for shit. And you're like looking all around the room, yelling at it.
Well, I mean, I've had a few opportunities, I guess, and I spent that time making music, which is probably a better use of my time anyway.
Sure.
So I'm not feeling bad about that. But I also picked up another VR game for after the Impatient.
Okay, what?
Doom VFR.
Oh, that sounds sweet.
I only got it because it was on sale.
Why is it VFR?
Because like BFG, big fucking gun. It's virtual fucking reality.
I get it.
Yeah, but like I was thinking about getting that for a while and was unsure. But at GameStop, they had it on sale this week for $20 instead of $30, and I was like, "Fuck it, I'll put for $20. I'll just buy it now, and I'll enjoy it when I get to it." Okay. So I have that on deck now. But I'm gonna do the Impatient before I even touch that.
Yeah, that game sounds pretty cool. Let me think. I haven't done any gaming. I downloaded Fortnite last week and still haven't played it.
You haven't even opened it up. I'm so eager to hear what you have to say about it.
Yeah, I almost played Destiny yesterday. Almost did it. For the first time in like 3 months, legitimately. But I didn't.
Yeah, no.
Iron Banner this week.
I don't know if I've played anything else. I'm really in a Switch mode right now. Like, I just want to play everything on Switch, and I get frustrated because I go into the eShop like every day, like maybe there's something new and cool, and it's all these indie games, and there's nothing wrong with indie games, but most of them don't pique my interest.
Yeah.
Even if there's something that I would like if I tried, like I'm not investing tons of dollars to find something that I might like if I try. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, I'm with you.
So like I look and they all look kind of cheapy.
Yeah, I was listening to Nintendo podcast, which I think we mentioned on here. I don't know what that was. They were talking about a new game called Celeste.
Oh yeah, that just came
It's
out.
like a
I don't know what it
platformer
is,
that's
but I saw
supposed to, I guess it's supposed to be amazing. It's been getting great reviews. You want to watch
I
the
feel like
trailer?
most newer platformers don't like.
Oh shit!
Shit!
Spilt my tea. Hold on one second. I got napkins over here.
All right, well I'll just entertain the crowd while you're
important.
cleaning up the spills. My name's Enz, and I have to fill airtime while we're clean up on
Hard to
aisle
so
green table.
Luckily, it didn't spill on anything important. Just my table. It's all good.
Yeah, fuck it.
Get it later. Okay, but
no, my issue with
live
platformers.
podcast.
My issue with platformers, though, like
Yes.
I see all these like platformers that people really love. Like, what's the one that we were talking about before? Cuphead,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
things like that. Like, they don't intrigue me the same way that like Super Mario World would. Like Super Mario World was so special.
Why?
I don't know. I guess I've just kind of grown out of platformers, but like that one was so exceptional that I can always go back to it, and maybe a little nostalgia there too. But I don't believe that I only love Super Mario World because of nostalgia. I think that's just such a fucking amazing game. Like
Yeah, I feel it.
really, if you look back, like at the time too, like it's astonishing what they did with that game. Like this looks cheapy to me.
I will tell you, I played Shovel Knight. Have you played that?
No, it looks dumb.
Shovel Knight is fucking.
Is that the one where you
sweet.
go down the ground?
You do like chop the.
No, maybe
ground.
I'm thinking Dig.
No, that's Steam World Dig.
That might be what I'm thinking of.
That one's okay too. I played that on 3DS, but Shovel Knight's awesome. It really is really fun. It has a lot of it's similar to this Celeste and like Mario, and it's actually very similar to Mega Man. At the end of every level, there's like a boss that you have to beat.
Mega Man,
you
I
even
understand.
you even get like his power and shit. But the level design's really cool. This game just as soon as it opened up, it kind of reminded me of Shovel Knight. But
This does not look like something I would like.
I don't know, man. I sweated on Shovel Knight. This game
Like
looks
this is
similar.
something that like if somebody had and I was like killing some time, I could just pick up and play it. But like I would never buy this and sit down with it.
Yeah.
Like if I was in your living room and you're like, oh, I gotta go take care of my kids. I'll be back in 15 minutes. Play Celeste. I could do that. But like,
You're not buying it.
oh yeah, I wouldn't.
But you're
pick it out.
But you're buying fucking that spray paint game. I mean, what's the fucking difference? Like you bought that on a whim, right?
No, I'd actually been looking at that one for a long time, wanting to buy it, and just never wanted to pony up the money for it. And when I saw it was coming out for the Switch, I thought like I definitely would rather have this for the Switch than something else, just based on this would be fun to take.
Yeah.
And so I needed a couple games for tour, so
Okay.
I was like, fuck yeah, this is one of them.
Okay. I feel it. I guess.
But I like it a lot.
I'm not looking forward to any games. I seen Anthem got delayed.
What about fucking there? We got a big one coming up here soon. March.
What?
Far Cry.
Far Cry. Oh yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah, that's
I've
a
never played a Far
monster.
Cry, so I'll have to.
Oh, you've never played a Far Cry?
Never. I have.
I've only
one.
played 4. Everybody says 3 is the best one. Everybody
Really?
said 4 was just more of exactly what 3 was, but
I think I got one free on like Xbox games with Windows or whatever. But I also can burn. I can still burn games for the 360. I guess
I
you can play it on there.
fucking loved Far Cry 4. I fucking played the shit out of it. I 100%ed it and all that. Like I really, really, really loved it.
I need to give that game a try.
And the thing that really piques my interest about Far Cry 5 is that the only thing that I didn't particularly care for in Far Cry 4 was just like the location. I like Kyrat, like this foreign country and everything, which I actually did really well, and I'm not complaining about it at all. But like the new ones in America, and I think that caters to my taste a little bit better.
Yeah.
The one thing that they did do though in Far Cry 4 is they had Saeed from Lost.
Oh really?
Yeah, he was like, one of the characters.
Oh, sweet.
And I was like, fuck yeah. I liked that.
Fuck yeah. You like Lost? I didn't know that.
Oh, I fucking love Lost.
Hell yeah. I
Lost
love
was the shit, bro.
Dude, like that show was obviously loved at the time, but you don't find too many people that like really like admit to liking it now, even though it was on Netflix and everything. I'm surprised more people didn't get hip.
I've
to
watched it beginning to end like 3 times,
Really?
and that's like a hard one to
Damn,
watch
that
beginning to
is.
end more than once. 'cause
25
it's so
episodes a
long, and they're
fucking
all
season?
long. But that I love that one. Like even like when it started getting not as good,
Yeah, same.
I was so attached to it that I didn't care. I still enjoyed it.
I just read an article that they're talking about maybe bringing it back. What do you think about that?
I'd watch it.
I would.
I have so much love for Lost that like I would do it. Like it's kind of like Prison Break when they brought the new season back. It was like
fuck yeah, same dude.
I don't even care if it's as good. Like I just love Prison
But it
Break
was
so
sweet.
much that I want more.
It was sweet though. We watched that shit. We were huge fans of Prison Break.
I didn't think it was bad.
Yeah, me neither. I thought it was sweet.
I was not disappointed.
Yeah.
I saw that they were discussing possibly doing another season, and I was like, I'm for it.
Yeah,
Like I'm in. I'll watch it.
I think they said like the next, if they were bringing it back though, I don't know if Wentworth is signing up, who plays Michael.
Yeah, I don't know if I can do that.
Yeah, but it would have the other brother, whatever, Lincoln.
Burrows.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know if I can do that show without him.
Michael makes that show for sure.
I mean, like not to say that there's anything wrong with anybody else or other characters aren't likable or what. Like without him, it's not the same.
Yeah, I feel that. That show. I don't think I'd watch it without him.
I'd probably pass. But if they want to bring it back with him, I'm in.
Are you gonna watch Roseanne when it comes back?
Hard pass.
What?
Didn't like Roseanne back in the day.
Was that before your time?
No, I just didn't like it.
Let me think. I mean, that shit came on till like
Fuck that show.
95-ish or so. That show was fucking great, dude. What about Full House? Did you watch that?
Yeah, I liked Full House when I was a kid.
Do you
And
like
when
Fuller
they came
House?
out with Fuller House, I was like, oh fuck yeah, I'm in.
Yeah.
And I watched like 3 episodes and very quickly learned that instead of just like continuing and kind of making a funny show, the whole show was rehashing old jokes. Like throwing back.
Yeah.
When they do that with stuff, like they did this with movies too. Like they did it with I think Dumb and Dumber
They do it
or
with
not Dumb
every
and Dumber,
movie.
but Dumb and Dumber 2.
Yeah.
And they did it with like Anchorman 2. Like if you're ever going to do another movie like that, do not keep throwing back to the last one. Just do it like Harold and Kumar where it's like a new thing.
Yeah.
Like same characters, new thing.
I understand, but
Just make it a separate story. And I'm in.
Me personally,
Fuller House was terrible.
I'm a sucker for that shit, and I love Fuller House. I think it's
Horrible.
fucking great.
I wanted to like it. I watched like 3 episodes and was like, I'm done.
I understand if you don't like those throwbacks. What I can tell you is that's not an ongoing thing. It really isn't. She still
It
does,
feels like they're just so clinging to like
she'll still do like how rude and shit like that, but they don't like do like a bunch of jokes like all the time.
I
throwing
wouldn't
back.
mind like how rude, but like the first couple episodes, I remember
There was a few bad jokes.
it was always like the elbow
Yeah.
nudge, and it was just like
They did it a
I'm
few
not doing
times.
this.
It does not stay. So what I can say is I thoroughly like they just finished like the 3rd season. I think it's awesome. Every episode I laugh.
I've watched
I'm a big
enough to
fan.
tell you right now I'm not going back.
Oh man, yeah, that sucks. That's disappointing.
There's too many other things that I want to watch for me to like that I already don't have enough time for.
Yeah.
For me to go back and try to do that.
I don't know, man. I don't know if it's just nostalgia or what, but I think the new show is super funny.
I've got
And
a couple
I can't
shows
wait
that
for Roseanne.
Dude, there's a couple shows I really for like years have wanted to watch.
Yeah.
And they're not on
Let
Netflix,
me
so
tell
it
you-
makes it like impossible.
Oh,
like I don't want to invest all the money in DVDs.
Have you ever watched Firefly?
No. But there's 2 series.
There's only let me tell you this about Firefly. There's only 9 episodes
Okay.
and a movie. That's enough to like spark a ridiculous fandom. I'll tell you, I watched it and became immediately hooked. And I didn't think I was gonna buy into the hype, but I did.
I
It
had
is
a show like
fucking
that.
great.
What was I watched Empire.
I hear that's great. Or are you talking about Empire or Boardwalk Empire?
No, Empire.
Which one is that? Is that the one that's on like ABC or something?
No, Empire. I don't know what it's on. I watched it when there was only 1 season. Now I think there's 3 or 4. But I watched the first season. I loved it. But it's about like this family, like the dad's like a rapper or whatever, and he's getting older now and he's getting out of rap and he's like the mogul of the family, and his son's a rapper, but then he has a gay son that does R&B, and then he has another son that wants to be like in the business side of the family empire, and then he has a wife that gets out of prison. She's super fucking hood, and she's like doing all this grimy shit.
Okay.
And it's about like the fucked up music business and all this crazy shit's going on.
Sounds sweet.
I watched the first season of that and I loved it. Like really, really loved it.
Sounds awesome.
And then I never went back to it. Like when season 2
What's
came out,
wrong
I
with
just never
you?
got around to it. And I always want to go back because I really loved the first season. It was so good, and I just haven't had a chance, or just found the time for it. But like the two shows that I really, really want to watch for years and years. There's probably more than two, but the two that stick out in my mind right off top. That I can't because they're not on Netflix. They're on like HBO.
Okay. What?
I really want to watch Game of Thrones. I've seen the first season.
That's on Plex, man. Get on Plex.
I've seen the first season.
Yeah.
Really like the first season.
Best show of all time.
Really like the first season.
Mm-hmm. Going on record.
Haven't seen anything
that.
else. I got to pick for that too. But the other one I really want to watch for a long time is The Sopranos.
I hear that's great too. I've never watched a single
Never
episode.
watched it.
Yeah.
But
I think that's on Plex too.
well, I was gonna say something. Oh, my favorite best show of all time.
Yeah, Breaking Bad.
That's my number 2.
Oh.
Breaking Bad is a hard number 2.
Yeah. I'd probably agree with that.
Dexter's my number 3, and Dexter probably would be above Breaking Bad if it didn't tail off so hard at the end.
I agree with
but
that.
But it like when I watched that, it was arguably like it could have been one of the best shows ever.
Yeah.
And it just got lost.
Ooh, Sons of Anarchy. That's it. Fuck
Sons
yeah.
of Anarchy is the one.
It's so
Sons
good.
of Anarchy, like Sons of Anarchy is so fucking good.
But you could argue it tailed off toward the end. Too.
No.
Really?
No, I think the best season is season 6.
Is that the last season?
No, 7's the last season.
So
7 was really good.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong.
I think the worst season's 3. Like, and that's like right there in the middle.
That's the Irish season.
Yeah, when they're in Ireland.
Fuck that season.
But like the first season, I know a lot of people that's their favorite season.
I
but like the first season is great.
Yeah.
The second season is really fucking
Yeah.
good. Third season, Then fourth season, it kind of comes back a little bit. Season 5, it starts getting pretty good. Season 6, it sets the world on fire, and then season 7, it goes out with a bang.
Yeah, I highly recommend.
But that show,
watch that shit.
like, I talk to people all the time that have watched Breaking Bad, and Breaking Bad is their favorite show of all time.
Yeah.
And they've never seen Sons of Anarchy. And the only way that I can describe this to them is like, first of all, I love Breaking Bad the same way you do, so I understand. That's my second favorite show. And it's really close to Sons of Anarchy, but there's one thing that I think really sets them apart.
What?
I think in Breaking Bad, your core cast of characters is like 5 people deep.
Yeah.
You have other people to come and go, but like 5 people are your main characters. In Sons of Anarchy, you have a much wider cast.
Yeah.
You have a lot of people. And what Sons of Anarchy does so well that Breaking Bad can't do because their cast isn't as deep is Sons of Anarchy will build these characters up for 4, 5, 6 seasons and then fucking kill them. You'll think they're like, there's no way they can kill this character. This character's safe. And they won't even do it like in just season finales and shit. They'll do it like episode 4 of 13. This guy's dead. Episode 7. They're gone. And you're like, where the fuck did that come from? Like, and it's heart-wrenching. You get attached to these characters, and it happens. You're just like, no fucking way, bro. It's so unpredictable.
It's one of the craziest.
It's engrossing.
That's one of the craziest shows I've ever seen.
It's emotionally.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great fucking show, man.
I would probably, if you like that element of Sons, you would love Game of Thrones for the same reason.
Everybody tells me how much I would love Game of Thrones, and like I said, I saw the first season, and I thought that was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And I'm under the impression that that's pretty weak in comparison to where it goes.
It is.
So I really do want to watch it.
Season 1 is like, it's like pretend they didn't have any money, and that's how they made a season. Now they make episodes that cost $10 million a piece to make.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
Well, have you obviously you watched The Walking Dead?
Yeah.
I haven't seen all of the first half of the current season.
Okay.
That's out.
Yeah.
So I'm not totally caught up.
Yes. It's getting shit on.
What do you mean?
People are shitting on it, like not fans of it.
Well, have I ever told you about how hard it was for me to get into The Walking Dead?
No.
Okay, so when I first watched The Walking Dead, it was like there was like 2 seasons out when I first watched it.
Yeah.
And I went and watched the first season on Netflix, like 6 episodes, and I fucking loved it. I was like, this is awesome. And then I watched season 2, and I got like 2 or 3 episodes in before I was like, this is way too fucking slow. I can't do this. And I shut it off.
Okay. I did that with Game of Thrones.
And then years went by.
Yeah.
And now they got like 6 seasons, right? And I'm like, I'm going to try it again. Everybody keeps telling me how great it is. So I started over from scratch. Loved the first season again, all over. And then I got to that lull at the beginning of the second season, and I was like, oh, I got to try to push through it.
Yeah.
And I pushed through it, and I got to the end of the second season, and I started watching the third, and I still wasn't hooked. It was getting better, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
I wasn't engrossed yet. Then I got to the 4th season, and I'm still kind of in that same space, and I'm wondering how much longer I'm going to keep fighting this.
Yeah.
And then I got to the episode with the 2 little girls.
Yes.
And that's where I got hooked. Right, it took all the way to there for me to get like, oh, this shit is on fire. And then I watched it like fucking crazy after that. And ever since I've watched it, I fucking love it. And I think Negan is the greatest villain I've ever seen in anything.
Yeah, he's awesome.
I mean, Negan is kind of like Clay in Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah.
Because the whole time you're watching the show, you want him to fucking get him. But you also don't want him to fucking get him because he makes the show better.
Yeah. Yeah,
you want Negan to reap what he sows, but like don't kill him though. Like drag this on as long as you can because he makes the show better. And it's the same thing with Clay. You're like, this guy gotta fucking go, but like once he goes, the show's not gonna be as good.
And it
like
wasn't.
he needs. And I mean, it was though.
It was.
They did it close enough to the end that it was.
But it did kind of like suck not having it. Like you're like, damn, like. You know,
well,
he created a lot of the drama for that
Not
show.
trying to spoil anything for those of you
I'm
that
sorry,
haven't
Gemma
seen.
really created all of the fucking drama for that show.
She did, but like not trying to spoil anything, but I may tread on some spoilers here.
That show ended like 7 years ago.
It's so good though, you don't want to ruin it for anybody.
It's still worth binging, so I understand, I guess.
I will say that with
I'll just do share our post.
With Clay,
Yes.
they didn't kill like that season. I thought for sure he was going to be the season finale. They were going to get him.
Yeah.
And it happened like 3 episodes early.
Yeah.
And when it happened, it caught me so off guard because I thought it was like, this is definitely 3 episodes out.
Right.
So when it happened, I was like, what the fuck? And then like the episode ended and I was like, what the fuck is going to happen in the finale?
Yeah.
And then the finale came and it was the most unpredictable, wild, like you were like, holy fucking shit! Like, what the fuck?
That show had a lot of those moments.
It did.
I
mean, it's kind of like I remember when I first saw that episode with Negan where he's beating the 2 people down and all that. Like when I first saw that, that was like the hardest hour of TV I've ever had to watch. Like,
it was rough.
It was like it was far and away the best episode of the show ever.
The tension they built for that scene was amazing.
I mean, I was just sitting there and I was like, I couldn't believe what was happening.
Yeah.
And then, like, when you thought it was over, it wasn't, and it keep happening. And then you thought it was over again, and then it wasn't, and you were like, how am I, like, my nerves can't take this shit, bro. Like, I've never been so, like,
Walking Dead's great.
Feeling weak watching something. Like, I can't even believe this.
They are great at making those scenes, at the very least. Even if you don't like that show, like, those scenes make that show.
If you didn't like that show at all.
Yeah.
Like, I know that if you didn't like it, you would never watch it. But even if you didn't like that show, it would be worth trudging through the first 5 seasons or whatever just for that one episode.
Yeah.
That's how powerful that one episode was. Like, if you got there, you'd be like, oh.
You know, I think of an episode that kind of rivals that in Walking Dead was the episode where it was like the season opener where they were all lined up and the whatever fucking dudes, the cannibals, were slitting all their throats or whatever, like they had them all tied up in a row. I can't fucking remember like the name of those motherfuckers. They lived in like the factory. I don't know. It was like season 4 probably.
Were they like tossing like the train car?
Terminus. Yes.
Were you tossing the train car?
Yes. Do you remember this? The very first episode, like they were all like they're like hands behind. They were tied up. They were all like slitting their throats and shit. And like it was almost time for like our group to start getting their throats slit and like that. I remember like how like panicked I felt like and anxious just watching that. But it was a very similar scene with the Negan with Negan. Another similar scene that is like etched into my mind, very similar, is when Shane saw Sophia in the farm at the end of season 2. She was locked in the barn.
Oh yeah,
that scene was amazing.
I mean, that show, like it drags for such long periods of time. But when it pays off, it's so worth it when it pays off.
So
it's hard to fight those lulls, but if you can fight them, those like big moments make it worth it.
The new season, people are upset about because they're saying it's just way too slow, which it is kind of. It's shot awkwardly. They're moving too fast without kind of telling you exactly what's going on. It's very. It seems like kind of cobbled together almost. Like you don't care about anything that's happening because they're dragging out something that should be one episode into 7 episodes.
Is season 6 the one where it ends with the Negan introduction and then the first episode of season 7 is the Negan episode? Is that right?
Possibly, yeah.
Because if that's the case,
Yeah,
I
I
remember
think so.
watching season 6, and the whole time I just felt like it was dragging.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, that's how this one is. It's
and I was
more of
kind of
that.
confused and didn't really know what was going
So
on.
a lot of people
And,
have been
like,
falling off because of that.
That shit was really hard for me to fight. But when I got to the conclusion of that, it was a monster. It was worth it. I'm just saying.
Well, I'm a comic reader. Well, if you haven't watched the newest season, there is like something that happens like in one of the later episodes that is like, I mean, show changing without a doubt. I don't know if you've been spoiled already on that.
I don't tell me because I
Okay.
don't want to be spoiled. I
won't
do
tell
want to
you.
watch it, but I will say that I had read an article that said something about Carl was leaving the show.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know if that's related or not. Don't even bother telling me.
Won't.
But I did read something that said Carl left the show.
Okay.
And so I would assume that it's tied to that, but I don't know, and I don't want to be spoiled.
Well, besides that, as a comic reader, it's building up to the point where they're going to make a drastic change. Like, and it happens in the comics too. And I won't spoil it for those who don't know. But
It seems like that show has these story arcs, and when they conclude, it changes the whole show.
Yes.
Like it's not like
This is
Sons
about
of
to
Anarchy
happen.
or Breaking Bad where it's
It's-
always still kind
yeah.
of the same thing. Like I think there's been numerous times where something has happened and it's like a different show afterwards.
this is about to happen in The Walking Dead. Like it's in the storyline. So when this change occurs and there's obviously every season there's like a new big bad or whatever. What I'm building up to here is like the shit that's happening in the comics is like pretty fucking intense. So and for what it's worth, they never mind. I won't spoil that for you.
Yeah, don't.
But if they pull off the shit they're doing in the comics and the show, it definitely has chance for redemption. So I'm not going to throw in the towel for it. But it has been very slow and confusing lately, and I'm a little disappointed. But I'm not like one of those like, fuck this show, I don't watch this show no more.
Well, I will say that I'm aware that Daryl's not in the comics.
Yeah, correct.
I think that's really odd.
Yeah, I know.
Because he's such a key piece of the show.
Mm-hmm.
Like without him, I don't know that I would have made it all the way through.
Yeah,
I think he's so integral to the show.
He is.
Like it seems so odd that would be written after a comic or whatever, and
Well,
he's
he's
so
comic, there's-
important for that to not be there.
in the comic, there's some people that are alive that died in the show, and vice versa. So Daryl actually embodies he's kind of like a hodgepodge of like several characters, like arcs from the comic. He's not just inserted out of thin air. I mean, kind of, but he does have like a lot of these like traits.
I think he's easily the most charismatic of anybody on the show.
Really?
Yeah, I do. When I first started that show, I didn't think I was going to like him because he was a redneck.
I mean, I wouldn't call him charismatic at all.
I would.
He's the opposite of charismatic.
I would disagree. When I started watching that show, I didn't think I was going to like him at all because he was such a redneck, and I just thought he was going to be like a bumpkin, and he was going to be everything I didn't like, and he was none of that. He was like this, really just the embodiment of strength, survivor, badass.
He is a badass.
Tough as
I'll give you
nails.
that.
Everything about him just made me really, really, really learn to love his character more than any other character on the show.
Really?
I really like, for the sake of, I don't know how to not spoil stuff. I really like Glenn. I really like Michonne, which is funny because when they first added her, I hated her.
Yeah.
I thought she was such a quirky, kitschy character that seemed like
the katana.
She was
weirdo,
trying, they were trying to make it almost anime or something. This is dumb as fuck. And the more it went on, I really learned to love Michonne.
Here's a tidbit for you non-comic readers. Michonne, in the comic, Andrea's still alive, even still. And
Who was Andrea?
she was the blonde.
The blonde at Alexandria?
Yes. And she is Rick's significant other in the comic, not Michonne. So Michonne is actually playing the part of Andrea in the show.
I mean, she was definitely playing up like she was going to be, and then she got.
Yeah. So I do.
Which that was another point where you're like, wait, what? Holy shit.
I like how they switch shit up like that so that you.
That was when Carl got shot too, huh?
Yes. So
the second time.
Yes. that dude's been fucked with a lot. But But yeah, I like how they kind of switched it up so that you aren't always expecting, what's going to happen next. So that's another thing.
That's a good thing.
That's another thing that keeps me coming back to the show, and also, another reason why I want to keep reading the comics too, because I do want to. I didn't get hip to the comics till like this past year, and I kind of like ran through them, and I love it. It's actually really awesome, but which I highly recommend. If you got time on your bus, man, I'll let you borrow the first compendium if you want. But
I'm good. Thanks, though.
I wasn't much of a comic reader until I started reading those, and since I've read those, I've in the past year I've probably read through 40 graphic novels, random like books I've got from the library.
When I was a kid, I read comics, but I didn't read like comics like that. I read like funny comics.
Yeah,
and I used to read Sad Sack and Sarge all the time. You ever seen that?
Never heard of it.
You ever see like old comics somewhere? If you're ever looking at comics and they have like old comics, look for Sad Sack and Sarge.
Okay.
Because it was like, that was the comic I grew up with, but it was like from way before my time. It was like probably my dad was a kid.
Let me Google that.
But it was fucking hilarious. I used to love that shit as a kid. I had a whole bunch of them when I was a kid too.
Sad Sack and Sarge. That's what we should have called our show.
Who's the Sad Sack? See, I had a whole bunch of these, bro. I had like 30 of them.
Oh, shit.
But I used to love this shit.
Sad Sack and the Sarge. There it is. Wow, never heard of it.
This is probably one of those things that if I hadn't told you about this right now, you probably would have gone the rest of your life never knowing it existed.
Absolutely. Never heard of this in
but
my
I loved
entire
it, bro.
life.
I loved it. If you ever see it anywhere, just grab a couple and just read them. They'll be dirt cheap. They'll be like a buck a piece or something, bro. Like, read them.
All right. Yeah. Well, for people who are into comics, the library is where it's at. They got everything. I just got the newest Walking Dead book like a couple weeks ago and read through it. It was awesome. I love the library.
I love the library too.
It's great.
I read like obscure stuff though.
Yeah.
I'll read like books about serial killers and like really odd. Like I really just enjoy stuff like that.
You're an interesting soul.
I like horror stuff. Serial killers kind of go hand in hand.
Scary stories to tell in the dark?
No, I like more like real life stuff than fiction. Like as far as like reading, like I'll read like Stephen King stuff. Like
Okay.
I'll read that kind of stuff. I like thriller books.
Do
So I really like Harlan Coben. I think he's a really good author.
Never heard of him. I can't tell you the last book other than a graphic novel I ever read. Probably Violent J Behind the Paint like 15 years ago.
Oh, I read books all the time. I like books.
I got a bunch of books, but I never read them. Oh, no,
I
you know
like-
what? I
a
read
lot of
Olivia
times-
Munn's book.
A lot of times I'll be at like the grocery store and they'll have like old Stephen King books that I haven't read marked down to like $4. Grab them and I'll just toss them on the shelf until one day I feel like reading it and boom.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Look, I have a few authors I like Harlan Coben. I like Dean Koontz.
I've heard of him.
They're the same kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I like Harlan Coben better, but Dean Koontz I think is a little more popular now.
Dude, I wish we would have called our show Sad Sack and the Sarge.
There's probably a copyright infringement. They probably like renewed the copyright on Sad Sack and the Sarge. I mean, who would be the Sad Sack and who would be the Sarge? I can't be the Sad Sack, bro.
I mean, I'll be Sad Sack just for the sake of comedy. I'll be the Sad Sack.
I don't really want to be the Sarge either, though. Sad Sack is like the main character in the Sarge.
Is he like the little skinny one?
Yeah,
Sad
the
Sack?
Sarge is the fat one. Yeah.
All right, man. Let's wrap this bitch up. A
All
nice
right.
little bow.
So we are taking 2 weeks off, kind of.
All right. So next week, no show. Or we're gonna do what we discussed.
We should do it both weeks.
Okay.
Just a little.
Okay. So
we
next
can do them short.
So next week, I'm gonna find some time to link up with Ends here and try to figure out a good time for him to potentially call, and we do even a quick thing just to see what's happening.
Just like you would call into the show, I'm gonna call into the show. He's gonna be here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be on the other side of the country. On
I'll put like a little
cellular telephone.
I'll put a little pretend you right here.
I'll be. Hello.
Dude, once we have enough audio, I'd be able to make like a little soundboard and just have a pretend you here and just be like,
Fuck that.
yeah, whatever.
That's gay.
No, listen. No, don't. Whatever the fuck
Yeah.
else you say.
Bitch.
Yeah, that'd be good. All right, so that's the plan. We're gonna see how that goes because I sure as fuck cannot talk to myself for more than a few minutes. I've tried. It's hard.
I think I could do it. The problem would be I'd have to have a list of things that I had to talk about, and then I just have to go on tangents and get all angry and fucking yell at you guys, and we're not going to do that. So, I'm gonna call in.
All right, we'll see how that goes. We'll try it out. In the meantime, let me think. What else we got to say? Check out icon.keezy.com. Check out us on Instagram. Just posted a few cool pics.
You want to do another one?
Yeah. We'll do another pic. I've also follow us on Twitter and on Facebook where you can watch us live. Watch us live on Facebook every week. And
should we do like a couple different angles so we can make it look like they were not at the same time?
Yeah,
but
that's a
they'll
good
actually be
idea.
At the same time?
I'll try to talk through it too so it doesn't sound awkward during the show. And look, I can't even concentrate. Sad Sack and the Sarge coming at you. We'll see you next week. I don't got anything else to say. Follow us on stuff. Watch our videos. Subscribe on YouTube. Subscribe on YouTube. That would be really cool. We need to get subscribers so we can get money, and then we can get cool stuff. Maybe we'll start selling you guys stuff. Who wants Iconoclash merch? 6 episodes in.
I want Iconoclash merch. That would be cool.
All right. Well, I'm done rambling. Got anything else you want to add?
I'm going on tour. So if any of my friends from Arizona are listening or listen to the playback and they hear about this, you need to come fuck with me. You need to buy me beers.
Buy his album.
Yeah, buy my album. Beautiful. Buy the Mafiotic Misfits album. Give me all your money.
Ooh.
I want your money.
Download Justin Timberlake, Man of the Woods. That leaked today on the internet.
I fuck with JT.
Yep. Or buy it when it comes out Friday.
But also come to the Arizona Love Tour because it's going to be kick-ass. I'm going to be there. I'm going to be drunk and have fun with my friends. Holla.
And fucking mad bitches. Hell yeah, boy.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
No comment. Not falling for that trap.
What happens in Arizona? Yeah, that's what they always say.
I love that this is the end because even if my chick does watch this, she ain't watching this long.
she would have checked out.
But that's all him. I didn't say that. It's not me.
Who knows what could happen?
Nope.
All right. Well, thanks for listening.
We out of here. You bitch you.
What button do I press? Listen.